If we're going to lock down banks, if we're going to have security cameras around our homes, why won't we protect our children as they're transported back and forth from school?
Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have tried for years to pass legislation requiring seatbelts on school buses. But despite a recommendation from federal regulators, only 6 states across the country have laws in place.
Tennessee is one of 44 states that does not require school buses to have seatbelts. Fernando Garcia-Francischini is here to explain why most states aren't passing these laws. Fernando, good morning.
Good morning, ladies. You probably remember two high-profile school bus crashes in our area. First, in 2014, 2 students and a teacher's aide were killed in a school bus crash in Knoxville. And in 2016, 6 students died in a similar crash in Chattanooga. Now, even though it's been almost 10 years since that Knoxville tragedy, some of you still wonder whether school buses should be required to have seat belts. But the people I spoke to say it's more than just about safety.
If you've driven through this bridge on Asheville Highway, you've likely noticed these signs. The bridge is named after the 3 people who died in a 2014 school bus crash, 2 of them children.
You don't want people to forget those souls that lost their lives and carelessness.
Rick Staples worked on this when he served as representative in the State House. He also pushed forward bills that would require school buses to have seat belts. But that never became a reality.
It does tug at my heart that I wasn't able to get this accomplished. It does play tricks on my mind, and I have a sense of regret.
Transportation experts say there are 2 main reasons why bills requiring seat belts in school buses rarely ever make it to a governor's desk. First, it's expensive.
There's approximately 450 million school buses in the country, and experts say it would cost somewhere between $7,000 and $10,000 per bus to equip them with seat belts.
School bus travel is probably the safest mode of travel in this country already. So when it comes down to these hard decisions of how do we spend our safety dollars, these facts get brought to the table.
The NHTSA says adding seat belts would also reduce the number of students each bus could carry, because thicker seat backs would mean fewer rows of seats. But despite this, Richards says he does believe Tennessee should strongly consider making seat belts a requirement in state school buses.
The life of any child is so precious that it's just something that I think we should invest in, our children's safety.
Well, currently the only states requiring seat belts on school buses are those highlighted on that map right now: California, Florida, Louisiana, New Jersey, New York, and Texas. Now, both Richards and Staples say bills were looking promising here in Tennessee until the COVID-19 pandemic hit. And he says so far legislators haven't introduced any bills on the topic. But if people at home, if you do feel strongly about this, you can go to the Find Your Legislator page on Tennessee.gov and reach out to them.
I remember this conversation being very prominent before the pandemic. I mean,
well, and it's an
everything.
age-old debate, but like, I mean, this is our most precious cargo. So it's, you know, something we're going to keep hearing about. All right. Thank you, Fernando.